Hi friends, welcome back to the Guitar Spa where we bring you all the beautiful guitars reviewed just for you. And I'm so excited because this is my second video attempt because the first one didn't really do that well, but maybe I'll just post both of them. This is the BAGGS hybrid acoustic guitar that just arrived from Sweely. Of course, the owner bought it from Sweely and then sent it to me to have some upgrades and also to tweak the neck because the neck wasn't straight, wasn't easy to play, and then the intonation was off because the saddle was just too long, right? So I have to make a new saddle and correct it, and right now the intonation is just spot on. But let's get this review started. Lloyd Banks basically designed this guitar. Looks like a electric guitar, but actually it's a very thin line but hollow case guitar that is made in Korea by the Crafter Guitars, right? They are designed, geniusly designed by Lloyd Banks in USA. And scaling of this guitar is 25.58 inches, 1.7 inches nut width, which is 43 mm, slightly narrow for the electric guitar. It's easy. Okay, 14 fret here, and then all the way in. You can access with the cutaway. It's hollow in a sense, and I'm going to explain a little bit about how this whole guitar. It has Indian rosewood head plate, and also the Indian rosewood bridge, even rosewood fretboard, and tar saddle, tar nut, and the wooden pins. Okay, wooden pins on this. I've upgraded saddle to Fossilized Mammoth Ivory to give you a little bit richer tone. This one comes with the Torrified SITKA spruce top. That means it's aged top. And the back here actually is Indian rosewood. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about this design, how this design is. The sides, this is design. The sides are all made by plywood, poplar plywood. Okay, how is it done? They have 32 layers of this. I've counted here 32 layers of plywood, and they layer it and they glue it in, right? They glue it in into a block like this, okay? And then it's a square block, and they use the CNC machine to cut the inner cavity, okay, and the outer cavity. So what you have is like a skeleton, just that. And then this neck is not attached to the top. This neck in the middle here, you would see in some of the website, things like that. The neck, they glued the two sides here to have the neck like suspended, right? So the neck will suspend and then transfer it to the sides, and then the top and the backs will vibrate. Okay, just think about the snare drum, right? You have the snare drum. You have a snare drum which actually is round, and then it's stiff, and then the top and bottom you can tighten it up nicely, and then it vibrates. And how do you do it? By the bracing and a lot of things. Okay, it comes with the X-brace bracing on the top, and with two tone bars, and also to prevent any splitting in case, they also have some braces here. The X-brace, it's normal X-brace from, let's say, a D28, a Martin, it's about 8 mm, okay, 8 mm thick width. This is 9, just slightly above 9 mm, so it's thicker, right? And it's scallop bracing, so the tops are pretty stiff, but because of the thick braces, it adds a little bit of that clarity, because this is not your acoustic guitar. It's supposed to be a plug-in live sounding guitar. So when live comes, generally you play in a band next night, you want something that's bright, not warm, because it doesn't cut through the band. This is my experience. Okay, so you have this cavity inside here, and then they have a gap a little bit here, and then they CNC this piece, the spruce, and also the Indian rosewood, and then you just fit it in, glue it in. Okay, so this top and back acts like a independent reflector and vibrator, right, to this guitar. Okay, the system comes with the special BAGGS Hi-Fi Duet, but this is not the one that they're selling outside. This one is custom made for this. Why I say that? Because when I open this hood, underneath here there is two bridge plate and the solo mic that is on this. Okay, generally the ones that you buy from them, let's say for your acoustic guitar, the two bridge plate are run parallel. That means into one plug and then plug it in. This one, the preamp is different. It's made differently, designed differently, specifically to voice this guitar. Okay, so why I say that, because the two bridge plate transducers are independent. They put there one high and one low. Okay, so it acts separately and mixed together to the whole preamp. Okay, the mic. Okay, so here you got the settings. You have the volume, mic, and tone control on. Okay, the N plus a phase switch. So what is missing in the other system is it doesn't have a tone control. The tone control gives you a little bit warm or a bright, and a phase switch to prevent feedback. Okay, so this one has a hole here, sound hole, but it's just a little bit hole to give you that acoustic sound. And they say that for safety's sake, use a rubber. Okay, so this is like a feedback boxer. They provide it, so you can at least slot this in to, oops, the rubber just fell off. Okay, and then you just fit it in. You can hear without. Still a lovely acoustic tone, right? I mean, normally. Okay, so that's the thing about this guitar. Well made Indian rosewood. The Indian rosewood, I saw that they stained this, right? They stained this, and the saddle is really thick. It sits in the saddle. It's not straight in. It's angled slightly this way, and the reason why it is done that way, I believe, is to give you a break angle, and to increase the sustain and dynamics of the top. So they really think about this to vibrate this like air pump, to pump it in. And frets perfect, the neck is straight. When it came, there was a bit of relief, but you can't play for long. You really need to get somebody to set it up for you. Okay, the original saddle, even though they say this is radius 16, when I took the original saddle to measure, it's not 16, it's off, right? So if you want a perfect setup, get somebody to radius that for you and correct the intonation if there's intonation on the last 3 strings. So I'm gonna plug this in. Okay, the other thing also, it's the battery pack, right? So the battery pack is very simple. You just push it this way, voila, and then it comes up this way, right? So I'm gonna slowly fit. This is not my guitar. Owner wants it back. He's chasing me for this guitar because he wants to use it on Sunday, and he wants to collect it. You know, nobody wants to leave their guitars with me for a long time. It's like their girlfriend, right? They don't want to. I'm gonna demo this, how good it is. Okay, I'm just gonna plug it in directly to my There's no reverb. It's flat. It's flat, and you be the judge how good it is. Okay, let me just. It's normally about 6.5. So the volume is at 50%, mic is 50%, tone is at 50%. I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna close my mic here, and then start playing. How are you feeling that? Something to note about this guitar, your normal guitar, let's say a D28 or a D18 or maybe a Taylor, let's say a 814, generally weighs about 2 kilograms or 2.1, 2.2 kilograms. This guitar is slightly heavier. This guitar is 2.6 kilograms. So you just have to be careful about that. Obviously, you probably need the strap to sit closer. And because this, it's only about 15 inches, just slightly above 15 inches, and 2.5 inches, this sits in closer to the body. Okay? Sits in closer to the body, allows you to play upper register like the electric guitar a little bit faster. So this is something that you need to consider. You need to weigh the pros and cons. Okay. The other thing about this guitar is you will notice because the pickup system is voice for this guitar. Okay, it's not voice for a like they sell the one that you can install it off the rack on your normal D28 or Martins or Taylors or Gibsons. Okay, this is voice here, and this is for live, right? For live sake, generally you don't want a warm sounding guitar unless you're playing solo. Okay, the warm sounding guitar, you want something that is bright, clear, and this is very clear and it's very clean. So if your playing is not so clean and you make, you know, you don't let's say mute correctly and play wrong strings, then it will it will just show up, right? It will just show up amplified many thousand times. Okay, there's something you need to know as if you are performing or you are serving in church or in a religious mode or just playing in a pub, things like that. I just want you to be as professional as possible, because if you work on your craft, then it will show up on stage. Okay, so and if you add a little bit of reverb, it really comes out nicely, because notice that this is voice, you have a lot of bass, trebles, and the mids are it's scoop. This one has a very scoopy mids, right? Scoops nicely, because if you're playing with a piano, this won't clash with the piano, because the mids of the guitar normally clashes with the piano. So just some tips. I'm gonna just couple this up in a third fret and then play a little bit here for you to just try to and then right now it's 50%. Then later I'll just play around with the mic and just so that you can have a feel of how it feels. Honestly, for me, I would want to buy it. In fact, I wanted to buy one, but I was sick 2 days ago, couldn't go down, right? So until the owner sent this to me, and I said, man, this is just incredible, right? It's incredible, it's outstanding. Of course, now you're listening to the mic here, plus the pickup. Okay, so I'm just gonna go off with my mic and you listen to how it sounds amplified. All right, you right now can hear. It's the okay. I'm gonna just move the mic, remove the mic, and then play with just the transducer. Let's try without. Then I said like that. That means I'm gonna move it down. Okay. That was without the mic, just transducer. I'm gonna go 100 from the transducer, and then go 100% mic. Okay. Now 50%. So you can hear that when you add the mic, you can do the palm muting, right? The palm muting is important. Okay, I'm gonna play with the tone right now. The tone is 50%. I'm gonna turn down, which is to 0, which is warmer, and then later turn all the way 100%, which is higher, right? Which is clearer. Okay, so I'm just gonna start playing first at 50%, and then down to 0, and then down up to 100%, so you can hear the difference. All right, there you go. The AEG-1 from BAGGS. I love this guitar. If you're in Singapore, look for Sweely. Go down to Arani. Arani is the go-to person in, I think, Clarke Quay. Look for her and mention my name. You saw this video and you love this video. You want to try it. I suggest you try it because this could be one of those interesting guitars to carry around. There's a Sunburst one, and there's a Engelmann spruce top. If some of you love a warmer tone, a sweeter tone, yeah, I love this guitar. It's even though it's made in Korea by the Crafter, but Crafter makes good guitars, right? They make good guitars, and I look through the inner, the way the glue, there's no excess glues and stuff like that. It's well made. The fret job is just perfect, immaculate. Gloss finish on this. There's a bevel here, so it's, you know, the thing about this is because the skeleton, the base of this thing is so thick and it's so rigid, the top just vibrates, right? So when you put your arm here, it doesn't like inhibit the tone from coming up. Okay, so if you like this review, just give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe, right? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel, because I've done this because I need to just send it back, right? Not send it back, get him to come and collect the guitar. I mean, this, yeah, and I wish I could use this on Sunday because I'm playing live this Sunday, but I may get one for myself because Arani just reserved one for me, okay? I'm just so excited. It's like I'm like I'm like, I just take some candies, right? I mean, just on steroids, right? And I hope you like this review because, yeah, this is my second take. And I don't know whether should I just post two of them. I know the first one isn't perfect, but maybe I should. But let me just listen to it and I'll post this, at least this, okay? Till my next video, live with passion, play guitar, love, joy, peace, health, and wealth to be multiplied in your life. I'll see you soon, Jarvis. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.